Ah, the name of the project is telePot. It is a clone of the driver's app on DoorDash. The first website portfolio I worked on was a clone of DoorDash with some social interaction where consumers can follow kitchen of their favorite kitchen or their favorite restaurant. So this will be a clone of the drivers app, the riders app, the riders that deliver the food. This will be a clone of their app. So the name is Teleport. From your favorite kitchen to your doorstep at the speed of light. And at the moment, I'm the only one working on the project. I work on the design of the front end and the development of the back end and all sorts. The description, basically, how the app works is whenever there is an order placed on, let's say DoorDash, or let me use the name of the first app that I worked on, I call that Flavor. So whenever there is an order, whenever a consumer places an order or a customer places an order on Flavor, there will be a trigger from the back end where the kitchen where the order is placed, the riders all around that particular kitchen that are online at the moment, that are within a particular radius, yeah, let's say maybe like 5 kilometer radius, will be sorted out from the database, and the ones that are online. So after the drivers are sorted out, the from the back end, those riders will be sorted in order of their distance away from the kitchen. So the closest rider to the kitchen will be the first one to be matched with the other. And in order for us to calculate the distance of each rider to the kitchen location, that would be, we are going to use Google Map API for that, the distance matrix API. So the distance matrix API will return the distance of each of those riders that are within a particular radius to that kitchen, and we have to sort those riders using their distance to the kitchen. So the first rider that will be in the array of riders that will be returned will be the one that is closest to the kitchen based on the Google Map API. So that will be the first rider that will be matched with the other. In case the rider is not interested in accepting the order, the rider will be able to maybe like decline that particular order. Whenever the first rider declines the matched order, the order will be rematched with the next closest rider that is being returned from the sorted array of riders that are within a particular radius from that particular kitchen. Yeah. The one of the part of the learning objectives of the project is to be able to develop microservices whereby whenever an order is placed on Flavor, riders will be matched with that order from teleport. That's one of the learning objectives. Another thing is to have a better understanding of pub and sub, all this publication and subscription message on for queries and asynchronous functions. So the first order being published from Flavor and riders on the teleport app have been subscribed to the orders that have been created on the teleport. And to get familiar with some other third parties technologies like Google Maps, Rabbis, and cloud computing. So the technologies that will be used are Node.js, Express. Node.js will be used for the backend logic because we are using Firebase as a backend service, and one of the ways to use Firebase is to Node.js is one of the ways to use Firebase services, and TypeScript is another way. So we are going to use Node.js and Express. The reason for using Express is to serve dynamic pages. So whenever, yeah, that's the main reason. And Pog too. Fog is for development purpose so that it will be easier for us to develop those dynamic pages. And the third service and third party technology used is Firebase mainly. And Firebase has different product attached to it, but the main ones we'll be using for this particular project will be authentication, Firebase authentication, whereby you can, instead of just using your own JSON or Node.js public identity token or stuff like that, we are going to use Firebase authentication. And Firebase authentication, you can also use third-party authentication like this Google Mail, Facebook, and Apple Store, this OAuth, yeah, stuff like that. And another product of Firestore that we'll be using is the Cloud Firestore. Another product of Firebase that we'll be using is Cloud Firestore, where in order for us to be able to match riders and get the precise and accurate location of each riders, we have to keep updating their location on Cloud Firestore, so that whenever there is an order placed at a particular kitchen, we'll be able to get the rider that is closest to the kitchen at that particular time. So this will be like a real-time update of riders that are online, a real-time update of their location into the database. That's what we are using Cloud Firestore. Another thing is the functions. This one is used to manage the logic and the dynamic page that will be served to the riders, and also to manage the publication and subscription service. GeoFire will be used to filter. Instead of querying the whole database, this GeoFire will be used to query riders that are within a particular radius from the kitchen whenever an order is placed. And Firebase hosting will also be used to host the stats content, and be used as an entry point that will be used as entry point into the app. This pub and sub is also part of Firebase functions that will be used. And the storage, whenever maybe when a rider is trying to complete an order or complete a delivery, and they are unable to maybe like hand over the order to the customer, they will have to make a documentation of how the ordering process goes, like where they dropped the order for the customer. So they have to take a picture of where they drop it and upload it into the app. So that's why we need Firebase storage. Yeah, another thing we need Firebase storage for is for the storage of riders documentation, verification documentation. Yeah, in order for us to verify some riders, we have to collect some documents from them, and those documents will be uploaded into the Firebase storage. The Google Map API, the main product of Google Map API we are using is the distance matrix. Get the riders within the particular radius using GeoFire, and complete the distance of those riders using Google Map API distance matrix. It's a web service. So part of the challenges are being the fact that I'm the only one working on the project, and I'm specialized on backend. So designing and developing the front end might actually be a challenge, but I will be able to get some references using DoorDash driver app, Dashers app. Yeah, they call them Dashers on DoorDash. So that's part of this challenge. And another thing is development of mobile-friendly interfaces. We have to make sure the interfaces are mobile-friendly, due to the fact that it's a rider's app, and the device they will be used have to be mobile devices. Maximum screen will be that of a tab, maybe around. Yeah, maximum screen will be that of a tab. And the schedule of the work is on Trello. There's the work plan on Trello. So the first thing will be the overview of the project, is just the presentation I just made, and the UI UX design will be the first thing to come first. And after that, after the design, we get the references of those designs from DoorDash app, the Dashers app, and the design and the workflow, then front-end development using HTML, CSS, and Vanilla.js. I'll be using Vanilla.js mainly. So this is Firebase authentication, where Google, Facebook, and other third-party OAuth